News, Foundation for Environmental Rights, Advocacy and Development, FENRAD, Boost League described Gbangbose as a strong voice on matters of good governance and human rights advocacy. Comrade Nelson Nana Nwafo, Executive Director of FENRAD, told Daily Post that Gbangbose was richly endowed with political sagacity and was consistent in holding governments to account as he lent his voice to the most critical of national and local issues. Through his intervention and actions, government relaxed many unpopular policies. He was a fine gentleman, very hardworking, a lovely husband, father, and friend to all. His humble, mean approach and disposition endeared him to many. Throughout his stay on earth, he was truly committed to human and democracy rights, which aligned with FENRAD goals. We made many wins working together through his wise and ever-ready counsel. He led and polited our legal department with such impeccable professionalism as a lawyer properly called. We are indeed pained by his loss and pray that God in this trying time grants his family immediate and extended the fortitude to bear this huge loss. Same, we also pray for him, on his friends, learned colleagues, and those who by him exit are planned. Barrister Olusegun Gbangbose will be terribly missed. May his gentle soul find rest in the bosom of the Almighty. Adeu to the great Iroko and icon and the towering legal luminary. Federal government to appeal judgment awarding 20 billion naira to Sunday Igboho. The federal government has confirmed it will appeal the judgment of an Oyo State High Court, which on Friday awarded 20 billion naira to the State High Court, which on Friday awarded 20 billion naira in damages to Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemi, better known as Sunday Igboho. Igboho has sued Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, the Department of State Services, DSS, and Director of State Services, Oyo State, demanding 5.5 billion naira in damages over the raid on his Ibadan home on July 1st. During the raid, 2 people were said to be killed, while 12 of his associates were arrested. Delivering judgment in the fundamental human rights suit on Friday, Ladinron Akitola, the judge, awarded 20 million naira as exemplary and aggravated damages against the Secret Service. However, Malami, speaking with NAN on Friday, said the decision of the court would be appealed. Efforts are already being made to commence the process of appealing the judgment, Malami was quoted to have said. And on our political news this morning, Finitiri vows to give PDP best convention ever. Chairman of the National Convention Planning Committee of the People's Democratic Party, Ahmadu Fintiri, has promised to give party members the best convention ever. He made the promise in his acceptance speech after the inauguration of the committee at the party's national headquarters in Abuja on Friday. Finitiri, who is the chairman of the committee, said that the journey to the reclaiming at least 28 out of the 36 states of the Federation for the PDP had started. He appealed to his fellow governors as well as the party members to make the requisite sacrifice to position the party to reclaim its pride of place come 2023 politics. APC chieftain Rex Olawoye is dead, Oyedepo reacts. Rex Olawoye, an All Progressive Congress APC chieftain in Kara State, is dead. The politician had been ill and out of public in recent weeks. In a statement on Friday, a close ally, Iyola Oyedepo, described Olawoye as a forthright, honest, and committed leader. The APC stalwart was the People's Democratic Party PDP chairman in Kwara when the deceased was the publicity secretary. Oyedepo, chairman of the Governing Council, Federal Polytechnic Ado-Ekiti, recalled Olawoye was a senior in secondary school. He said they were prefects in the same Blue House and that Olawoye was his immediate predecessor as well as the fastest runner in the school. He was in politics before me. When he was in the executive as the chairman of Ifelodun local government between 1999 and 2002, I was in the legislature in the same party. When we used the PDP platform for the political struggle for freedom between 2014 and 2018, he was in the trenches with me. He was a moderating voice to my sometimes radical disposition to issues. His youthful radicalism I used to know at school had been tamed by age and experience. He was humble enough to serve under his aburo and junior at school. He guided my steps with brilliance, color, and wisdom, Oyedepo said. He added that until his last breath, Olawoye did not betray their cause, and though not rich in material things, he had abundant credibility, character, and faith. Oyedepo said the only befitting memorial in honor of the departed is the continuation of the struggle that defined the purpose of his life. On our business news this morning, Sub-Saharan Africa needs $425 billion financing by 2030, says Adeshino. The president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adeshino, says Africa needs $425 billion in additional gross financing by 2030. He said this in a statement announcing that the Africa Investment Forum was set to host its 2021 Market Days in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. Adeshino said, "We look forward to welcoming investors to join us in Ibadan and virtually around the world to take the next step in Africa's growth. To achieve the growth, however, and to bounce back to pre-pandemic levels, Africa will need significant financial support. As an example, the whole of sub-Saharan Africa will need $425 billion in additional gross financing by 2030. The statement signed by the Communication and External Relations Department Officer Olufemi Terry said that the annual business gathering would showcase transformative investment opportunities across the continent. The AFDB added that discussions at the gathering would focus on agriculture and agro-processing, energy and climate, health, ICT and telecommunication and industrialization and trade. He said these are all sectors prioritized under the African Investment Forum's Unified Response to COVID-19 initiative launched in 2020. The forum is set to hold from December 31st, from November 1st, 1 to 3, 2021. On our sport news this morning, it will be poised for 160th EPL game against Villa. Alex Iwobi is in line to make his 160th Premier League game when Everton play Aston Villa at Villa Park in Saturday. The Nigerian midfielder made his EPL debut in October 27, 2015 for Arsenal against Swansea City at Liberty Stadium as a stoppage time substitute for Mesut Ozil while playing for Arsenal. He has so far made 159 EPL appearances, 100 for Arsenal and 59 for Everton, scoring 13 goals with 19 assists. He had also recorded 73 wins and lost 51 times in the English top flight. In his 100 games for the Gunners, the Super Eagles midfielder, who made 70 starts with 30 substitute appearances, found the back of the net 11 times. While for Everton, while he joined in 2019, he has played 59 times, 37 starts and 22 of the substitute bench. So far, he has only scored the 2 EPL goals for the Toffees, an area the 24-year-old vowed to improve on. My aim is to get more goals and assists, it will be told Everton website. As I say, he demands a lot on me, but I'm willing to put the work in to better myself and the team. It's been going really well so far. He has put a lot of faith and trust me in, and as a player, that's what you need. He said to me that I'm an attacker, and attackers really get noticed for their goals and assists. So he's been working with me on getting into the box more, trying to get more spaces where I can get an assist or get a goal. The former Arsenal winger also spoke about his best position for the club and country. He said, I think playing different roles, he has helped me to understand the games a bit more, especially those defensive roles. I'm not going to complain. Playing right winning back, right midfield, left midfield, 3 play anywhere, and 3 always give my best. If I'm asked to do it at right wing back, then I will do it and try my best. I think for Everton, my best position for the team, national team, it's completely different, and I do like playing in the midfield as a number 8 or number 10. I feel like I can play in any position. For each manager and each team, it's going to be different. On Everton's trip to Aston Villa, he added, we know it's not going to be easy. They are coming off the back of that defeat to Chelsea, so they will no doubt be hungry and fired up for this game, especially when it's been at home for them. Villa are a strong team, but we're unbeaten and we take that confidence into the game. Hopefully, we can go and get the result. On our health news, on our breaking news, Joe Jesus suspends planned strike, asks federal government to resolve demands within 15 days. The Joint Health Sector Unions and Assembly of Healthcare Professional Association have suspended their planned strike bid to commence with effect from noon Saturday, September 18, 2021. The unions had on September 2 threatened to embark strike over unmet demands and also issued a 15-day ultimatum to the federal government. But rising from the emergency meeting of the expanded National Executive Council of the JOESU and AHPA on Friday, the unions admonished the federal government to expedite action and fulfill demands within 15 days. This was contained in a communique signed by the acting National General, Joesu Matthew Ajorutu, issued at the end of the meeting. The expanded NEC comprised the president and general secretaries of affiliate unions and professional associations. NEC members of affiliate unions and Joesu chairmen and secretaries at the state and branch levels. The NEC in section said it critically appraised the report of Joesu negotiation and conciliation meetings with the federal government since the declaration of the trade dispute through the 15-day strike notice issued on September 2. NEC also noted the appeal of the President, Major General Muhammad Buhari, on the need to show understanding with his administration and his pledge to pay any debt owed health workers. It further said it resolved and examined reports of congresses held at various health facilities across the country on the mobilization for the strike action. The communique read NEC instruction after long hours of exhaustive deliberations on issues surrounding the planned strike action resolved as follows. The Federal Ministry of Health should ensure speedy circulation of health establishments and welfare matters as agreed during negotiation meetings. The federal government should ensure that the new data for the computation of the adjusted consolidated health salary structure for Joesu members should be completed and submitted to the high-level members of the federal government not later than Wednesday, 22nd September 2021 as agreed. NEC in section urges the federal government to ensure that each high-level body complete and submit the computation of the adjusted Cone S for inclusion in the 2022 budget within the 30th September 2021 submission window. The union further urged the federal government to reciprocate the patriotic humanitarian gesture of Joesu in the interest of the larger Nigerian masses to expeditiously resolve all the demands within the 50 days window. Finally, NEC in section unanimously adopts a resolution to step down the notice of strike action due to expire midnight 17th September 2021 and EU of a fresh notice of 15 days, the unions said. On our foreign news, U.S. general admits drone strike near Afghan airport that killed 10 was a mistake. At least 7 children were killed in the strike. UN Central Commander General Frank McKenzie admitted at a befitting briefing Friday that the August 29 drone strike near Kabul airport was a mistake. 10 people were killed in the strike, which the U.S. believed was targeting a terrorist, but instead killed an aid worker and others in the area. I am now convinced that as many as 10 civilians, including up to 7 children, were tragically killed in the strike, said McKenzie. Moreover, we now assess it is unlikely that the vehicle and those who died or associated with ISIS Khorasan or were a direct threat to U.S. forces. I offer my profound condolences to the family and friends of those who were killed, said McKenzie. He noted that the drone strike was carried out in the earnest belief that it would prevent and terminate a threat to our forces and the excuse and advocacies at the airport, but it was a mistake, and I offer my sincere apology. As a combatant commander, he added, I am fully responsible for this strike in this tragic outcome. Since the airstrike took place, military officials have pointed to a secondary explosion as indicating that the white Toyota Corolla was carrying explosives, an explosion larger than would be expected from a Hellfire missile. McKenzie said Friday that the secondary explosion was caused by a propane tank that it was next to the car when it was struck. Zamarai Ahmadi, the main target who was killed in the strike after he pulled his car into the driveway of his home, had worked for 15 years at Nutrition and Education International, a California-based non-profit. And on entertainment news this morning, Big Brother Naija still 6 and 6. I would have taken voluntary exit if you were not here, Saga tells Nini. Big Brother Naija, BB Naija 6 housemate Saga has said he would have taken voluntary exit from the reality show if Nini was absent. Saga said this while having a discussion with Nini on Friday. According to him, it would have felt a piece of his life was missing if he didn't have Nini in the house. Saga said, if he didn't come to this house, I would have taken a voluntary exit. Sasuke, who heard it from a corner, called him a liar. Sanga responding said, I'm for real. I would have felt there was a missing piece of me if you were not in this house. Saga has been criticized for his obsession with Nini rather than focusing on the grand prize. Recall that he was recently issued a second strike for whispering in the house and also punished by Biggie for failing the secret task. And that will be that on our breakfast news. We'll be right back. Highlights of our news. Welcome back. Breaking news, NNPP chieftain Olusegun Bangbose is dead. Federal government to appeal judgment awarding 20 billion naira to Sunday Igboho. On our political news, Fintiri vows to give PDP best convention ever. APC chieftain Rex Olawoye is dead. Oyedepo reacts. On our business news, Sub-Saharan Africa needs $425 billion financing by 2030, says Adeshino. On our sport news, it will be poised for 160th EPL game against Villa. On our health news, breaking news, Joe Jesus suspends planned strike, asks federal government to resolve demands within 50 days. And on our foreign news this morning, U.S. general admits drone strike near Afghan airport that killed 10 was a mistake. Entertainment news, Big Brother Niger still on season 6. I would have taken voluntary exit if you were not here, Saga tells Nini. And that will be that on our breakfast news this morning. Thanks for watching. We hope you to subscribe and follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on our YouTube channel. Do have a great day. I remain Makonjola Oluwatosin Esther.